Hi there guys. Today I'm going to be showing you a alternative to the LogMeIn software. This is coming from your friendly IT support team PLR, and hopefully if you are one of the effective users of LogMeIn with their recent announcement announcing that the free accounts are no longer accessible and will no longer be accessible as of the 31st of January, to provide you with an alternative to continue managing your remote and local computers. So the prerequisites for this would be the Google Chrome browser, and there's going to be a free app within it made by Google, which will be the app running and responsible for controlling the machine in a very similar way to LogMeIn itself. To begin, I am going to connect to the remote computer where I will be installing the app and Google Chrome with it, and then the second part of the video would show its accessibility from the host computer, wherever that is for you. So I'm going to go ahead and launch up Chrome on the remote computer, and where you would want to go is you want to go to the Chrome Web Store and find the app. So we're going to go ahead and do that by selecting the app shortcut on the top left, and we're going to select the Store app, so it takes us to the Chrome Web Store. Now once we are here, we're going to search for Chrome Remote Desktop, and it would help if I could spell it all the way. And you're going to get more than one result. The result you're looking for is actually called Chrome Remote Desktop on its own. It is free, it is categorized in Office applications, and it is from the developer chrome.google.com. Google themselves, in other words. So we're going to go ahead and open that up, and I just to verify one more time, it will have the icon of two screens, one behind each other. That is the app you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and start installing it, and the way we do that is to select the +free icon on the top right. This will start the process of adding it to your browser. Now you will need to sign in with a Google account. I would like to make an important note that you sign in for the purpose of installing. After the app is installed, you will sign out, because I'm sure it's not your intention to leave your Gmail account signed in on the remote computer. We will sign out, and we will carry on installing the app all the way and see that it will still work with no trace of your Gmail account being on the remote computer. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to sign in with ours. So we will get the confirmation window come up by Chrome, asking us to add the app and a brief summary of what it can do. So we're just going to go ahead and add it. Now while it is doing this, you can confirm that it's happening with the download on the bottom left. That's going to happen on your browser window. This will have a multi-step installation part. So the first thing is it's going to add the app to your browser, and we'll see that as a confirmed icon as I'm speaking. The second part is it will install a program for you on your host computer, wherever it is you're installing it. Now this is an app that will install itself as a program and a service, and once you do enable the options, which I'm going to later on show, it will trigger the service to be automatically started with the computer, and very quickly, if you ever did need to remove it, it is in the control panel ready to be removed at any moment's notice. The idea behind this is that you do not need Chrome running after this. The service takes care of that job, so in that respect it is very similar to LogMeIn and how it worked, and it helps with the point I just made before, where you don't need to be signed in. The service and the application takes care of all of that. So we see here that it's made my app shortcut, it's finished installing. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, and it takes us to the authorize step. So of course it wants your permission to do it, just so it knows it's not doing anything maliciously. So we're going to go ahead and press continue on that. and it will give us the, and now if you have any experience with any other kind of Google apps at all, or if you have an Android smartphone, it will tell you what permissions it would like and what it would do, and it will always ask you to accept it. So we're going to go ahead and accept that, and that's accepted in. So you can see here I'm still signed in, and you see here we've got our two different methods of connecting. Now the My Computers method, which is the one I'm going to show you in this video, covers the similar to LogMeIn style interface of having all your computers in a central managed page and being able to click at anyone at will and being able to take control of that screen. The remote assistant is an alternative method to connecting to the remote machine by generating a unique code, and that unique code can be punched in on the host computer Chrome Remote Desktop app, which I will briefly show when we go over to the host computer side, and it can provide a very quick, not necessarily going through this method of installing an app. It will provide you with a very quick way of just providing very quick technical support and then leaving when it's done, for those people who don't want or cannot have an application installed on their machines. So I'm going to go ahead and add the remote computer I am on to the list of computers I would like to be able to manage. So I selected the Get Started under My Computers, and you can see here that I've got two other computers here, and I've got a third option. The last option is always you must enable remote connections if you want to use Chrome Remote Desktop to access this computer. So bearing in mind that the app has been installed, you still need to give it permission to be able to do that, and that's the purpose of this button here. So we're going to go ahead and enable it. Authentication is obviously important to Google, so they want you to set up a PIN for this. So I'm going to set up a PIN that I use. Obviously feel free to set up your own. Advised to use as much of a complex PIN as possible. We're going to go ahead and enable that. Now it's going to add this PIN to the service that is running, so obviously you can authenticate that way, and it's going to add the PIN to the overall account that you will use to manage this in the first place. So we're going to press OK on that, and you can see here My Computer's been added. The last step we want to do now, as I'm sure that you're used to the LogMeIn interface, you will sign in to install the application, and then that's it. So the last thing you want is for the Chrome that could be potentially used by the user if they wanted to use an alternative browser. You do not want that signed in with your account. So we're going to go ahead and sign out now, because we've done all the adding that we need to do. We're going to give it its offline access as it requests, and we're going to just, after that, even though it does still say that your account is signed in, we're going to just give this a close, and we're going to launch Chrome again just to verify that it has indeed signed us out, which you can see here confirmed by Google as when it has +U, it hasn't identified your name. That confirms that you are signed out and there is nothing signed in at the moment. And there is also, if we tap onto the settings, it still gives you the option to sign into Chrome, which means it's not signed in as any user at all. So that's fine. We've done the work that we need to do on the remote machine. Now we're going to go ahead on the host machine and see what we need to do from there to be able to control this machine. So I've just traveled onto the host machine now. So as the host, I will have the Google Chrome already installed with the app on there, which I will now show you as I launch it. So again, using the same method of accessing, we go to the app shortcut on the top left, and you can see Chrome Remote Desktop is here. Now I would like to verify just before we continue that we are logged in. I am logged in with the same account that I have added it onto up here. Of course, if you're not logged in, don't worry, it will just ask you to sign in the second you select the app. So we're going to go ahead and select the app, and we're going to see here that under My Computers there was 2 existing and there's the 1 new one I've just added. So I'm going to go ahead and select it now, and it's going to try connecting, and it will now ask for the PIN that hopefully you've set previously in order for it to connect, and we're going to allow it to go through the internet and connect, and we can see it has now taken control of the host machine. The interface on the top, which you can see here I've just selected, gives you the options you can use with this app. So there are screen options to be able to adjust what you're looking at. You can send keys through the keyboard to that session, so if you need to like unlock screens or take any print screenshots and send them to yourself or send them to others. And finally, there is the disconnect option as well, and there is the left hand side information which tells you what host you're connected to, just in case you use Chrome for one of its best features, multi-tabs, and you want to connect to multiple computers in one go. And you can see here I've got no problem controlling this machine. It works fine, it works great, and I just wanted to take this opportunity just to show you the service that is running in the background responsible for this happening. And I'm going to launch it, and it is called the Chrome Remote Desktop Service, and you can see here it's running, thus allowing me to connect, and it is set automatically. When you set the enable remote connections, that adds the computer to the list. This is what sets this property into this, and each and every time you restart your machine now, it will turn itself on, ready for you to connect. So it needs no user intervention at all to be able to do that. And the user's obviously informed that you've taken control, so you reassure them, just like apps such as LogMeIn would have done. And you can carry on providing the support to your users even though Chrome is not running, and we're just going to verify that just on the Task Manager window. We're going to see here that I'm scrolling down through this list. Chrome is not running at all, completely separate app, independent, and that's great. And that will help you provide this support very similar to the way LogMeIn did, or any other apps like TeamViewer as well, in much the same manner. So it's been PLR here with your tip on setting up a alternative application to LogMeIn. Hope it works out great for you. The links will be in the description window of any important links, including the Web App Store link and more information regarding the app itself and what its function is designed to do and what it's got in future mind. This is Sharad here speaking. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see you guys in the next video.